I'm gonna tell you why you ain't put your dress on, sis. Go to Ecclesiastes real quick.
I'm gonna get my dress out.
No, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere yet. No, you already are here. You did it to yourself now. Come on now, don't go nowhere. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, chapter
8 verse 11.
Chapter 8 verse 11.
Bring it out.
Because sentences against in evil works is not executed speedily.
So now when something happens, when a crime happens, right? You're given a what?
Warning.
A sentence. The judge gives you a sentence, right?
Right.
This sentence might be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, right? This is God saying, because sentence against an evil work. What is evil in the Bible? What is it known as?
Wicked endures. Endure wickedness.
Okay, wickedness. What's another word for evil?
Demonic, satanic.
In the Bible, it's a 3-letter word.
No,
Sin. Because sentence for sin is not executed speedily. It's saying because you don't get your sentence or your judgment right away soon as you sin, that's what it's saying. Read it again.
Because sentence against in evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil.
So therefore, you say, I'm not gonna put my dress on. I know I know ain't nothing gonna happen. I'm gonna put this on so they can see me, you know what I'm saying? It's tight, looking good, I'm cute out here, all that stuff, right? That's what happens, sis. So what should happen, you know what should happen? You know what should happen? You should set up contingencies, right? So for example, you say you work for yourself, right? When you work for yourself, do you have certain appointments? Okay, do you set an alarm for those appointments? To make sure you don't miss the appointment, right? Guess what the alarms you should set for your dresses? You should throw away all the pants.
Right.
So now, you're not going to put them on because you don't have them. Now, if you only have dresses, that's what you're going to dress in. You see that? That's how it works. So you set yourself up. But don't feel bad. We only here, you know why we here? Go to Leviticus 19 and 17. The only reason we here is to do like you said, to warn. We only here to warn you. God said if you, read that real quick. This is what God say about this whole situation that we got right here. Watch this, 19 and 17. Watch that.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
The law says don't hate your brethren in your heart, meaning your people. Don't hate them. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Instead, rebuke them. That means to correct them. So if I love you, I'm going to correct you. That's what you see going on here. We don't get paid for this. We coming out here to make sure that y'all doing right.
That's right. That's right.
Because if we don't come out here and say nothing, then y'all going to just walk aimlessly throughout the world saying, you know what, I'm straight, I ain't got to worry about it, because sentence is not given and done speedily. You see that? So sis, you knew it because when you was walking over, you was like, I don't got my dress on, that's why I didn't want to come over. So you knew you was doing sin. That's willful sin. You're not supposed to do that. When you know about it, like I say in Corinthians, when you know and you willfully sin, there's no sacrifice for you. There's no sacrifice for you. God said, I already sacrificed my son for you so that you can get it right. But now you know what's right and what's wrong. And if you still do against it, then that sacrifice was not for you.
Yeah, standing next to
that's what he's saying. So guess what? Every one of us have to answer for it. We think not, because like we read a second ago, I could do something wrong and I don't get in trouble for it. But it's not right away that you get in trouble for it. It's when the return of the Messiah comes. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 26. For if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge.
So you already knew you had to have it, right? So when you sin willfully, after you received the knowledge, you already knew it. Read that.
Of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
There's no more sacrifice for sin. Because he sacrificed himself because we were in sin. So meaning that that sacrifice was for nothing. That's what happens. That's what happens, sis. So it's very important that the only way you not gonna wear pants is if you throw them away. Like with my wife. When I started reading this Bible and I realized, wait a minute, you my wife. Men don't need to see your butt going outside and all that stuff in tight clothes. We throwing all this away. It was a culture shock, or what do you call it, shock, what you call it, right? But guess what? Went out and bought her a whole new wardrobe with dresses and skirts.
That's right.
You see what I mean? Because you gonna look righteously, and you represent me.
Right.
And I represent Christ.
That's
So
right.
if it trickles down, that's how we got to think. You got a daughter? It's the same way. It's the same way. But she got pants too, right? You see, that's the difference. So you got to remove that, so that she ain't tempted to wear those things. You know what I'm saying? All that what we showing, this is called love. Because like this your son, right? So if he's gonna do something wrong, you gonna tell him, don't do that, because you love him. That's how it is. We may not know you personally, but we still have love for you because you are our people.
That's right.
We're not out here looking for white people and Japanese people. We the hell are them?
That's right.
They don't need saving. Blacks and Hispanics need saving.
Right.
That's who we out here for.
Right.
We don't care about nobody else. We care about God's chosen people.
That's right.
So when you know about, if you know that you're not supposed to do something and you do it willfully, that's what God say. So flee away from that, like the officer was saying. Don't tarry. Tarry means that don't wait. Don't wait. Do it now.
Right.
You got the opportunity to do it now. Do it now. Go to 2nd Ezra, real quick. 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, start at verse 7.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7. And everyone,
This is what we doing is giving warning. That's all we set out to do. To plant a seed. You know when you plant a seed, it starts to grow, right? So sometimes, do seeds grow all the time? Not all the time. Sometimes you can plant the seed, and if the soil and the watering is not correct, it'll die. Sometimes that happens. We go out and we talk, we tell people what they're supposed to do, what God say to do, and then guess what? We watering it, or we planted the seed, but it might never sprout. They might not never sprout. Then later on that week, you see all of a sudden that person knew. And God said, I showed you, I sent them out, and now guess what? A 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 19-year-old man, or young men, have been put to death in Brunswick, Georgia. You see how that works? That's why it's important for men to come out and stand up for the community.
right.
Read.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 7.
Look it up.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
Now, when you go to church, church tells you what? Believe in Jesus, accept him as your Lord and Savior, and you're saved. But are we saved? Because check it out. 10 years ago, I did that. I went into church, he said, repeat after me. If you believe in, something like that, you believe in your Lord and Savior, accept him as your Savior or whatever, and you're saved. I was told that. I did that. But I'm still at the bottom of society. I'm still struggling day by day. I'm still hated. I'm still looked at as nobody. I'm not saved. How are you saved if you're still at the bottom? We're not a saved people yet. But he's telling you how you be saved. Read.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith.
So you have to have both works and faith. Guess what those works are?
Following his commandments.
There it is right there. That's the works that you got to live by. And guess who you got to teach those works to? You see that? That's how it works. They're not going to learn unless they're following example. That's why we have pictures out here, so we can, because we're visual learners as a people, right? We don't like to read as a people. We're visual learners. So for example, if I wore a dress and I'm a man, and I show that it's okay in my household, what do you think my 4 sons are gonna think? Because I got 4 sons. What do you think they gonna think? It's okay, right? You see how that works? So you got to lead by example. So if you, as the mother, always wearing dresses, you make sure your daughter always wearing dresses, your son gonna grow up and know that this is the way a house is supposed to be ran.
Right.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.